Cisco, it's time for the third and final day of the 2025 California Warriors. Alex Tui, they're one of their two second-round draft picks. Vladislav Golden, Kasparis Yakachonis, their first. Bolden and Golden jumping it up. He will have the first possession. Kyra Lewis Jr. There's Larson coming off his rookie season with Miami. A nice take.
Pell Larson getting, and he's got a nice size to him that allows to get into the paint, get defenders off of him, and make big plays like that.
6'5", 215. Speaking of that size, scored 18 points in his first California Classic game. Did not play in the second in transition.
When you've got, he's gonna find his teammates early, just as he did there with Lewis Jr.
Jackson Rowe with three. He was a tri-way contract with Golden State, a great story.
He's had a really great weekend. Just impressing a lot of folks with his ability to get the ball up the floor, his size as well. I think the Warriors are keeping an eye out for him for sure.
Yakachonis can't get it. Here's Tui's first touch and dribble.
Buckets for the Warriors.
Larson slipping. Good defense by Taron Armstrong. Lewis from 17. An offensive rebound. Yakachonis, he struggled with his shot here in the first two games, setting up Larson for three.
Warriors doing a great job of, playing defense, but not boxing out.
Yeah.
That's the third offensive rebound for Miami as they finish the play. That's the last thing, playing great defense, but you allow the easy bucket from not closing out the possession.
Yeah, defense possession isn't finished until you get the board.
That's right. That is right.
A lot of
target to hit, and he hits it with like a big man slam.
Big bad Vlad with the dunk.
I like it.
I read that nickname on No Ceiling, so credit to them as Richard hits the elbow Jimmy. Yakachonis, he can shoot it. Just hasn't been dropping here as it's knocked out. When you've been slumping, not that you were ever in a slump at Yale, but just theoretically, Zena, how important is it to hit one of your first shots if you are in a slump?
Well, shooters got to shoot. You got to keep putting the ball up because you never know what's going to happen. As long as you are performing your routine, your rhythm, your form, that is what you have to keep doing because it will eventually come back. You don't want to lose your confidence, especially in a situation like this. These guys are out here trying to get reps, trying to do the right things. It's not about hitting every shot, but making sure that you're not jacking up bad shots, right? And you're making doing things within the rhythm of the offense. That's what scouts are going to be looking for.
Taron Armstrong, really good on Saturday, handling pressure. Didn't turn it over once. Setting up Marquise Bolden. Can't bank it home.
Yeah, Taron Armstrong, watching him this weekend, he's got a nice little probe dribble. He's going to figure out if he can get through the seams, see what he can find, develop. As he gets the ball here, goes the other way. And he can accelerate just like here.
Yeah, he's got some length to him and can't finish in transition. And he was really solid for the Santa Cruz Warriors on that two-way contract. Pella Larson from deep.
With the size and the outs, this is the type of player he fits exactly what Heat culture looks for in terms of his physique and his bag, basically, his capacity.
He'll fit right in Miami as Bolden a little frustrated with himself there.
Marquise making some good moves towards the basket, just not being able to get the touch around the rim.
He injured his Achilles last summer league, and he was playing really well for Golden State when he had that Achilles injury. So just making his way back. There'll be a foul. Yeah.
As they head to Vegas. And makes, even more pressure on these opportunities to get your reps in front of these scouts now.
Yeah, you'll see that every now and then. A handful of teams, they'll have a pre-Vegas roster.
They're at the rim. As it went back out, immediate magnets back to their men to count down the shot clock and That's discipline on defense. That is how you end the shell drill, Kevin.
Yes, exactly. And hey, no defensive rebound necessary when you force a 24-second shot clock violation. Jackson Rowe all the way to the hole for 2.
And Rowe did a lot of that in Santa Cruz, just being able to use his size. First step so quick. And again, look at those arms, very long. Being able to get past his defender, utilizing his arms to extend and stretch.
There's a deflection,
and there
speaking
it is
of.
again.
And fouled from behind is Cameron.
It's like build. I mean, you could see him on a foot kneecap. Some passing lanes. He'll be able to get in front of the defenders, and this allows him to guard a lot bigger positions than he is because of his size.
By comparison, my fingertips go down to my mid-thighs.
Mid-thigh, exactly.
So, yeah, not quite the same wingspan as Jackson
same.
Rowe. Myron Gardner in there setting a screen for Yakachonis. First minutes in the California Classic for Umar Ballo out of Indiana and Arizona. A nice finish, and also Gonzaga.
Big special. I love the way that Ballo plays around the rims. Got a great touch to him. Runs the floor well. Nice ad for the Heat.
Leopold Delaunay from Le Mans in France hits the 17-footer.
Can you say swish with a French accent?
I can't say swish, but I could say that was magnifique.
Magnifique, I love it. France has been taking over the NBA and the WNBA.
They really have. Look no further than the Golden State Valkyries.
There you go.
Kyra Lewis Jr. speeding to the rim. Coleman Hawkins bouncing it back. Clean look for Taron Armstrong.
Armstrong coming right behind his gaps of the defense. Great shot selection early in the offense.
Yakachonis taking some contact. He'll get to the stripe.
These type of moves, these type of decisions, that's the extra little detail.
He's a hooper, man.
Elite level. I mean, that's that basketball IQ. You want to be able to have someone make. You can't draw that up.
Yeah.
Just make that in transition, early offense. I love that.
Both free throws good. Yakachonis on the board. Hawkins, no good.
Little trap in the backcourt.
Gardner gets out of it. Yakachonis gets downhill and draws another. That was on LJ Cryer. It was clean up top, and there was a little shove to the old left hip of Kasparis Yakachonis. That's Noah Senge of the Chicago Bulls. And there's one other that is on the tip of my tongue right now as he splits the pair. But that was a really good basketball without borders campus. The first-round pick who was at that basketball without borders.
Miami 8, Golden State restricted to just 2. And the thing about it is it's not even the Miami big men. Everyone's just getting in. They've got to do a little bit better with the perimeter pressure. Stop.
Pass. Here comes Tui. He's a skilled big. He's a grab-and-go kind of guy. Played with the Sydney Kings in Australia. He's a native of Australia.
He likes to get going in free space.
Yes, he does.
You let him loose in transition, you're going to have a problem on the other end.
10 and you're out in Summer League. LJ Cryer coming off a really good game, 19 points. Little push shot from 17.
Two-man game, the screen, then re-screen with Marquise Bolden. Get some space open up for the Warriors. A nice little push shot. I like it.
The block approximately, and the play originated in the backcourt. Your thoughts on this test of a potential rule?
I love it. I'm sure that Steph Curry, Dame Lillard, all the guys that put stuff up to help their team and also give us some highlights are probably like, listen, this is hurting my stats, okay? I need to clean this up. And I also just love that the NBA had at it.
Yeah, we saw it in the G.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so situation in which the point guard and the big girl, I mean on the women's basketball side, but they were the ones that got tangled up. It feels very Stan. Okay, I took over.
No,
I took over. Go ahead, Kevin.
I was watching the Wings and Mercury last night. Lee Rue was going up against Sammy Whitcomb, I think, and the ball was thrown directly to Sammy Whitcomb. It was just not a well-thrown jump ball. Coleman Hawkins. On kick, Richard missing. Dante Scott the offensive rebound, and I'll go. What do you know? We've lost 28 seconds of our life.
And before we know it, we've not done our jobs talking about this game. We're complaining about possession arrows. Yes, no, I agree with you. I think it would make it so much simpler and cleaner. Go back to the college system in that way, for sure.
We got 3 in the key call.
With that same theme that your main club usually would have, and that allows you to go into that system seamlessly. And you definitely want Will Richard and Alex Tui being able to do that.
That's for sure.
Some time, a little bit more development, he could possibly be at that 3 position for sure.
Okay, his mind. Steve Settle obliges. A Temple Owl after 4 years at Howard. Larson, the lob to big, bam, Vlad.
Larson, get that close to the basket, throws it up for his big man. Great cut by Golden just to get in there as well. Excuse me, Vlad, to get in there.
Knocked away. Hawkins missing. It's Larson, and we have a block.
You good out in front of him. He might be looking like he's still looking for his teammate, and he'll immediately put the ball on the ground. Did what he was supposed to do in that he tried to hedge, knowing that his big man was behind him. The most you can do is completely commit and hope that someone can jump up with Golden behind you and peel off, but that close to the basket, it's incredibly difficult. That's why that play is set up in that way.
6-0 start to the second quarter for Miami. Taron Armstrong getting inside. Good look for Coleman Hawkins, but he couldn't catch it.
Williams actually just performed that well in that he made things difficult for Hawkins as he rolled.
Settle, but the rim protection there for Hawkins.
Wall up. I like that, Hawkins. Straight up, great defense.
If you're playing Summer League and you don't play hard, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
But all these guys really leaving it out there as the Warriors turn it over again. Pella Larson banking.
Alongside a Tyler Hero, they've got a similar game in that they, with their ability to put the ball on the ground, just doesn't have quite the outside shot. But he's obviously significantly thicker and stronger. Great wing presence for Miami.
9-0 run now for the Heat to start this second quarter. Taron Armstrong trying to get the Dubs off the schneid here. Can't do it, but there's Jackson Rowe with the rebound.
Jackson Rowe doing a little bit of everything.
Cryer couldn't hit. Gardner, good catch and finish and a foul. It's just Warriors basketball with a bucket after all that.
Okay. So maybe the lack of the armbar extension was enough to say, you know what? Cryer's just a little small in comparison to Gardner.
Well, we get back to work now. Gabe Mattson probing. Nice dump off inside to Bolden.
Again, right at the basket, making the right reads. Would have loved for Mattson to find Bolden a little sooner, but still. Not a bad shot taken, just couldn't finish it. All lineups, being able to have that switchability, that flexibility to guard big bodies down. 3-and-D is going to be huge in general for a lot of these scout players, these Summer League players that are looking to get scouted to the big clubs. But right now, bench towards in the playoffs and such, that is why he is part of this team. But now it's just a matter of what else can you provide when you're out there.
A couple of games where he was in the rotation when the Warriors were really down bodies during the trade deadline. He did some nice things. I mean, he guarded LeBron for a good chunk of the second half of a game against the Lakers. Gets a contest there on a key shot. Johnson miss. Duvernay pushing the pace.
Covered ground just now. Maybe going a little too fast for his own good, but definitely showed the foot speed there.
Yeah. Native of Cholet in France. Bolden, I think, got a piece of that.
I would just say swish.
You
know, a lot of French people just use English phrases.
Yeah, okay.
They love American phrases, and they just add a little bit of flair to it.
Okay. Delaunay avec la planche.
Avec la, oh, look at you. And Delaunay once again using that foot speed, getting by his defender, getting to the rim.
Nice back cut.
Oh, yeah, the give and go. Asphalt, who can beat you?
Delaunay shooting that one with confidence. Javante Cook is Been a really good G League player these last 3 years. Last year with the Oklahoma City Blue.
You're a big fan of Javante Cook.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big Javante Cook guy here. Key shot Johnson. Good cut, good reverse.
Miami is just doing a phenomenal job with the give and goes, being able to give the ball up and get around their defenders. And they're face cutting the Warriors right now, getting into the paint with them behind them. Not great defensive principles being shown right now by the Warriors. But
on the Cincinnati.
Warriors have got to get in front. The second the ball is passed, get in front of your player. Don't let them face cut in front of you.
Kyra Lewis, former Pelicans lottery pick, takes it all the way inside.
One thing you've got to give a lot of credit to is Golden's size. He has been a wall in which his players have been able to kind of probe dribble around him and cause confusion. It's hard to be able to figure out who you're supposed to pick or how you're supposed to hedge when you've got a big man like that in the way.
Madsen can't make it 2 in a row.
Streak ended quick.
At 1. Keyshawn Johnson still balling here for Miami. Goes to Yakachonis.
He's still looking for it. Expect this slow-mo showing exactly my point of Golden size. My goodness.
Arbor.
That is beautiful defense, Bell Larson. It's all about any of these players that are coming back in the Summer League. Show that development happened, right?
Yes.
That you're on the right track. You're still getting better. You know, you're not supposed to play all of Summer League. There you go. Nice outside shot, ball movement from Miami, but you're not supposed to play every game in Summer League. You're supposed to show I'm doing the right things to continue layup, proving he's on the right path still.
Jackson Rowe now with 9 points. Keyshawn Johnson trying to body his way down low on LJ Cryer. Got stuck in a bad place. A run out for Madsen. Back for Jackson Rowe. And one. Invited to like a party the night before that second game. Like some NBA function. He's like, next day.
I remember that. Yeah, he didn't like his first showing. But happens. Had to get the jitters out.
Great start to his NBA career. Double comes, Yakachonis.
Wall up, loving that defense inside, trapping the box.
Around and out, just not.